Hey there guys, this is the Hawken, and today we're playing some more of the Secret World. And yesterday we left off by pretty much finishing up all of the tutorial stuff. We met all the dragon, we got our first weapon, which is the blood magic stuff, and then yeah, we are going to go to Agartha next. But before we do that, because I forgot to show you a couple things last time that I meant to show you, down here you'll see, like, this is your achievements, you have your lore that you collect, new tutorial stuff, which we're almost done with that, and then skill points and AP points. This is really what I want to show you. So skill points, I'm not going to pay attention to that because it's easier for me to just say it. So if you go over here, you'll see skills, and you have like pluses by all this stuff. Don't need to worry about that right now. These are the main four things that we're going to be using. All of the weapons have two different things. You have damage, everything has damage, and then you'll have support, which is just like more damage, really. Healing, which is what we're going to be doing, and then survivability, which is the tanking stuff. And then you have these talismans down here. The talismans do different things. Like if you put points into the head talisman, you get magic protection. Minor talismans gives you max health, and major talismans give you max health. Minor talismans give you physical protection. So it really just depends. And then there's different tiers of weapons and stuff, which you need these skill points in order to use them. And so we're going to go ahead and just put one into blood here, and then what we're going to healing for blood. And what we're going to do now is just hold off on the other one in case we get a tier 1 or tier 2 talisman, which I doubt we're going to before. You know what, screw it. Let's just go with, we'll put it there for now. But, and then these give you different things, like, now I have when your blood barriers expire for any reason, the target of that barrier is healed for 2. So, yeah, and so that's all your skill points, the SP, it's the blue ones. Now the ability points, the APs, the orange ones. You come down here and you have this big wheel. First time I looked at this, I was like, what the fuck is all this shit? It actually is pretty easy, really. You have your melee weapons, your ranged weapons, your magic. Right now we're just sticking down in the magic area, and more specifically the blood magic. So what we want to do, since we want to be a healer, we need to come over here and get blood shield, which heals somebody for 30 points, and it absorbs 30 points of damage as well. It's actually pretty weak, and yeah, I don't really know why they put this in here. Maybe it gets stronger as you go along. I'm not sure. The heal and barrier blood shield by 7.5%. Sure. So, as you can see here, you'll have 7 equipped abilities, or equipped actives, and then you'll have 7 equipped passives. Passive abilities are just things that give you bonuses, like this. It gives you different bonuses and such. And then your actives are like the boiling blood, blood strike, and the shields, and whatnot. And so, yeah, and then these are like your first tier abilities. As you can see, you need different amounts of ability points for each one, up to 7 just for the first tier. And then you can go down into, after you get all of both of these categories, it'll unlock these down here, which are quite nice, really. This is where a lot of your really nice stuff comes from. But as you can see, it takes 9 up to 50 ability points. And then you also have these ones over here, which once you activate, once you unlock these ones, you'll unlock all 3 of these as well. And then you have, like, this one will be your tanking one, because it's like, it's where you get your taunt, removes crowd control effects. This is going to be your healing one, and then this will be your damage. So that's all pretty simple, really. And then you can just click this, it'll bring up your lore and your achievements and everything, whatever. So, now we come down here into Agartha. I feel like I need a nap, and I really don't know why, because it's not that late in the day. It's only like 6:40, I think, is it? Yeah, 6:40. So we come to Agartha, which is the world tree, essentially. Which it'll explain all of that as soon as we get in here. I hate all these loading things. It takes forever to load certain things. I don't know why. Sucks. But okay. This is where it explains what Agartha is. Woo. And I'll also show you what it is here in a little bit too.
yes? Now this is the Hollow Earth, Agartha. I do hope you're not here for the local service. It's running somewhat tardy. By my watch, it's 100 years overdue at 1/4 the hour. Judging from the cut of you, you're more of a world traveller. Well, you've come to the right place. Now, this underground realm, like the great British rail system, is the very model of efficiency. Agartha's thoroughfares sprout from the Tree of Life and connect back to the surface. Distance and time bend in here. Why, you can cross the globe in a brisk walk. Now, of course, it's perfectly safe. And no one's entirely sure how it works. Quite bedeviled, the science boffins, but I'm assured they have their top men on it. Top men. Now, you'll need one of these. Mind your fingers.
It's a ball.
Thank you. Fascinating devices. Fortunately, there's still enough to hand out like sweets. Consider it your anchor to the Hollow Earth. It can return you here in a flash, proverbially and quite literally. Well then, onwards to the New England coast, what?
So yeah, this is Agartha here. As I said, it's the World Tree and all of these portals, and there are a lot of them from what I've seen. I don't know if these are literally all portals out there and everything, but there's still quite a few of them. So, if you ever played World of Warcraft, this is basically your Hearthstone. It just takes you back to here. You can't change it, but you don't really need to. This is the place that you will always be, or always want to go. Now, if you come up here, this is how you get back to Seoul, London, and New York. There's the 3 headquarters, and even though I am Dragon, I can still go to either of these places. It's just I'll be restricted as to where in those areas I can go.
Come along, come along.
So now this is pretty cool. Instead of actually having to walk down there, you just step into this. You go for a little visual ride, really. And there we go. We're now at the first portal, which is where we need to be. Into Kingsmith. This is where we will spend a lot of time at first. This is kind of like where everything starts. It's where you learn the game, get a feel for the game. It's where you're gonna like find your first dungeons and everything, and first dungeon, and it's where you're gonna like refine your talents and your skills and everything. It's a pretty fun little place, really. I kind of like this place better out of the 2 or 3 places that I've been so far. And said I'm really not that far. Oh, there is one other thing I want to show you, and I meant to do this earlier as well. So if you press C, it brings up your character menu here, and when you hover over an item, it'll tell you like what it is, like ashes, and then it's a head talisman, and then next to that you'll see like QL, which is quality level. And this, you start off with a whole bunch of quality level 0 items, which, I mean, yeah, it's your starting items, of course it's what it's going to be. So, as you level up your quality items, there's not levels in this game, you just get the quality point, or the ability points and skill points, and you choose what to do with it however you want. How you determine whether or not you're like good enough for a dungeon really is by your gear level here, your quality level. Like the first dungeon, you want to be like a quality level like mostly 3 in order to do that, which you may think, oh, that shouldn't take too much time. It takes longer than you think. There's only 10 levels of quality, technically. There is actually a 10.1 and a 10.2. These are the Anima Wells, so if you die, this is where you will, it's where your soul basically goes, and you can either walk back to your body or spawn there. Before I go talk to this guy, well, we should have time for this guy. Yeah, just gotta watch how much time.
Don't worry, kid.
I can't upload
You haven't gone back in
ridiculous
time.
long videos.
I just happen to be the last of the cowboys. Got your southern welcome right here. Mesquite beans, Texas style. Good ought to face evil on a full stomach. Name's Boone.
Can't disagree. agree with him there.
Troubleshooter. You and I need to have a little powwow before you go shooting for trouble. Now, chaos theory is all well and good in theory, but what we're dealing with here is chaos in practice. And what'll a dragon make of that? Sure, you can be divided in purpose, but we gotta stand united against darkness. This ain't my first rodeo. I know we're gonna need all the unity we can get. Don't mean to say you stepped into hell, but when the wind blows west, you can just about smell the brimstone. All we know is death and fog came from the sea, or someone brought it back with him. And if I was a gambling man, I'd put money on that someone still being around. Bunch of survivors holed up in Kingsmouth town. Follow that main road and the sound of gunfire, and you'll come to the sheriff's office. Kid, whatever your reasons for being here, you find out what those people died for, and you bring a reckoning.
So there's our first one. He gives us kind of our story quests. That's what it is. So we'll see if we can make it to the sheriff's office. We're going to accept this one. He's going to go through and tell us some more stuff. Every main quest you get always gives you these scenes. They can get kind of tiring after a while.
One,
sometimes right.
the other, figuring out a way to keep them down. It ain't right the way the dead walk the earth. They deserve their 6 feet, same as everyone else. I've sworn to keeping guard here, and you've got places to be. But nothing's stopping you from culling the herd as you go. Hell, figure out what makes them tick, and how to make that ticking stop, and I'll buy you a beer at the apocalypse. So go on, kid. Saddle up. The end of the world waits for no man.
I wish you could use a weapon like that. Like if they had like a sniper rifle or something like that instead of just assault rifles, that's what I would be. So yeah, this is like the first quest you get, just kind of killing zombies and everything. So I guess we're actually going to call it there, and we'll finish up this quest, and we will get back to the sheriff's office tomorrow. Or not back to, we'll get to the sheriff's office tomorrow. The sheriff's office is kind of like the central part of Kingsmouth here. Like you'll see, here's the entire map of Kingsmouth. This is the sheriff's office, which is where you'll get a lot of your starting quests and everything. And then, for the most part, you're going to stay in this area here until you get to like slightly higher levels of gear and stuff, and then you can start spreading out to these different areas. Up here is where you'll get your first dungeon and whatnot, so it's always fun. But thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you enjoyed and want to see more, please click the like and subscribe button there, and I'm going to try to do these just about every day that I can. Once a day, most likely. Shouldn't be an issue. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and hope you guys have a fantastic day.